I want to give a huge shout out and a thank you to my sponsor, P2 Collectibles, located at 204 East McGalley Road in Muncie and on eBay as well. So next time you're here in Muncie, let us know. Come give us a visit. Hey, what is it, y'all? This is Alex from Plus3 TCG, and I'm coming at y'all with an updated deck profile of, yes, once again, DDDs. It's a deck that I'm always trying to keep up with. I'm always trying to make sure that I give time to, because I really appreciate the fact that there's a lot of decision trees in this deck, and I mean a lot of decision trees in this deck. It is a heavy combo deck. It takes, I don't want to sound like braggadocious and say it takes so much skill to play this deck that only the skillful players can play such a skillful deck in such a skillful way. It's not like that. It truly does take a lot of thinking when it goes into when it comes to making these boards, and that is what I think is so fun about this deck, is trying to make those really big boards with a lot of different cards. So without further ado, we're just gonna hop right into the deck profile. So we are playing 3 Kepler. You pretty much can't play anything less than this. You have to have this card. Like I said, it's a heavy combo deck. Most of the combos orient around 3 or 4 cards, so playing as many strong 3-ofs as you possibly can is a necessity, which is why we play 3 Copernicus. It isn't an additional normal summon. Your only normal summons in the deck are Kepler and Copernicus, but this is the Foolish Burial of the deck, and if you open up quote-unquote the God Hand, or not even God Hand, like 4 cards, and one of those is a Contract, the Dark Gate, and you add this, you should be able to special it from hand with either YUGIOH or with the Swirl Slime Engrave. The other Pendulums, playing 3 Ragnarock, another card you're trying to open up, great extender, really allows you to flow from grave or play in your grave, get stuff back that you need, and then make rank 8s. Speaking of rank 8s, playing another level 8, only 2 Thomas though, because this card is pretty bad by itself. If you open it and nothing else, you can't do anything. I guess same with a lot of the DDDs, which is why we're trying to play copious amounts of them so that we can see them, we can combo off. But this one is a little less important because we're just trying to add it. And if we open it in unison with Ragnarock, I guess that's good. We just need to make sure that we have a Swirl Slime Engrave so that we can special it and then make it rank 8. Those are the Pendulums. I'm playing 3 Swirl Slime. This is probably another one of the cards that you absolutely have to see in almost every hand that you are playing in DDDs. Most of the combos start with DD Swirl Slime because you need to be able to get your Genghis out on the field, and if you can't get that out on the field, you can't really combo off. Which is why when the deck first came out, D-Barrier was such an insane card because it stopped this deck right in its tracks. 3 Lamia. Great extender. Most of these cards are extenders, but this one really helps out the deck a lot. Recurable level 1 tuner that helps you get into your synchro plays. Then we're only playing 2 Necro Slime. This card's pretty, man, I don't want to sound like Farf over here, but it's bad. It's not terrible to draw into, but it's like, if you see it, it's great. If you don't, it's not as bad, but it is kind of crucial to the combo. Which is why we're playing 2, so if we banish one with Desires, we can still search one. And this card really doesn't matter all that much, but it is nice to, because this deck can't really OTK, so if you need to think about playing the long game, this can help you get there. So that when you banish it with your Necro Slime to special or to fuse, then you can either put back another Necro Slime or put back a Lamia, or just whatever you need in the grave for next turn or that turn. And then to wrap up the monsters, we're playing 3 Ash Blossom. On to the spells. Playing 3 Dark Contract with the Gate. Pretty necessary, just an amazing starter card. And the fact that it's every turn, you get to do this once per turn, is pretty insane. All the cost is paying 1,000 life points. Same with this, every turn you get to fuse for free just by activating this card. Really good card, but it's not as crucial to any of the combos. It's just, if you see it, you see it. It's cool. If you don't, you don't. Not a terrible card to see. And then the broken one is Foolish Burial to get you whatever you need. 1 for 1 to get you your Lamia or your Kepler. and then your reborn spells, Monster Reborn, Soul Charge. If you're opening Soul Charge with the 4-card combo, if you lose that game, man, they had to have opened absolutely insane, because if you open Soul Charge with the combo, you should be opening not only a next turn, but you should be opening like 3 or 4 negates. In all my testing, I've never done that. I've never opened Soul Charge with the 4-card combo. It's just such a statistical anomaly. But it is what it is. The chances are there. 3 Desires, because we're playing a buttload of 3 of, so why not play this card? It's done me very well. And then 2 Allure. I really don't like Allure all that much, but it's done me, like, in theory, it's kind of bad, because I think I've talked about this before, where when you have the Dark Monster in hand, because it's a combo deck like DDDs, most times the darks are pieces you need in hand, and you're really just trying to draw into like an extra. Like, the 2 cards you need needs to be like one of the DDs you already have in hand and something else that you need, so that you can just banish that. So this doesn't always get you there, but playing 5 draw cards is pretty good. I don't want to play Trade-In because I'm only playing 6 or 5 targets, and Allure of Darkness literally hits every card in my deck except for Ash. And then, speaking of hand traps, playing 3 Call by the Grave. This just lets me play the game. Droll kind of hurts. We obviously don't have Maxi anymore, so we don't have to worry about that. I don't even know if that would be relevant to this. I can't really remember the text off the top of my head. But it does stop Ash, Ghost Ogre, Droll, things of that nature that would like interrupt my plays, because absolutely any interruption just like kills this deck. Absolute glass cannon deck, but boy oh boy is it fun. And then last but not least, we're playing 1 Dark Contract with the Witch. It is searchable out to things. I like playing this over what's that card? The level 4 tuner. Even though you can like pop things that turn with the tuner, or pop spell and traps that turn with the tuner, this covers more ground because it just says target a card, pitch a card, target a card, and it interacts well with cards like I guess Swirl Slime or Lamia or Ghost. So playing this is pretty good. I know some people don't play it at all. A lot of versions before didn't play it at all. Shoot, I didn't even play it at all at some point. But right now, I think it's pretty good. That's the main deck. On to the extra. I'm going to start with the Exes first, because I want to talk about Photon Lord. Number 90 Galaxy Eyes Photon Lord. Man, I was waiting for this card forever, because we have now a rank 8 that negates monsters. I know we'd rather have Big Poppy Genghis, the level 8 Genghis, but we don't even think we're going to actually get that card. So this will do. This just negates monster effects. Doesn't destroy, but it does negate them, and it's got a pretty big butt. It's pretty much just a reversed Hope Harbinger as far as attack and defense go. This negates spell cards and effects. This just negates monster effects. I guess if you open nuts, you can like potentially open both of these, but most times you're opening like either 1 rank 8 and a synchro, or 1 rank 8 and 2 synchros if you open up absolutely insane. And then the last rank 8, Kali Yuga. This is your heavy storm. Usually not making it a ton, but when you are making it, it's usually pushing for game because it's so big and it's clearing back row. I'm playing 2 Genghis. You go into 2 a lot, so playing 2 is absolutely correct. Dark, you don't make it much, but the theory is there. 7 + 1 is 8, and you play a lot of level 8 synchros, so I think it's worthy to play. Same thing with King Beowulf. You're not making it much. You can make it to like push for game with like, because this deck doesn't really go well second. So if you go first, set up a board, and they attempt to break it, and they don't, then you can set up a Underclock Taker and a Beowulf, and most definitely push for game after that. And it's also a level 8 for rank 8s. Onto the synchros, playing 1 Gus King Alexander, absolutely necessary, just a great extender. I feel like I say that a lot about this deck, or all the cards in this deck, but they really are. They're really good extenders. Alexander helps you play in the grave. Genghis helps you play in the grave. They all help you play in the grave. King Siegfried, of course, we're playing this, trying to negate spell and traps. Same reason why we're playing Dawn Dragster. If you can't always make Siegfried, then you can always try to just go like Omega Dragster or Crystal Wing Dragster, so that you have multiple negates on board. Then we're playing 1 Omega, 1 Crystal Wing. If you can't make, if all you can make is like a Dragster or a Crystal Wing, I honestly don't think that's the correct move. I think you should try to be, I also think I talked about this in my last video with DDDs. I think you should be trying to make Omega first, because Omega gives you a next turn, because you can just put the stuff back that you have in your bandage zone that you need. Other than making Crystal Wing, that's why you make the Omega. And then 1 Archfiend. It's just really easy link material. The arrows are nice, takes fiends, your deck's full of fiends. And then Underclock Taker. You're not really making this outside of like turn 2 or 3, so that you're pushing for game with it, but it's good. And then YUGIOH to wrap up the extra deck. You're making this a lot, way more than you are Underclock Taker, because like the 3-card combo where you have like both the Slimes and a Kepler, that is usually enough to make a YUGIOH, and then YUGIOH can help you make potentially 2 negates depending on what you draw into. That's a deck profile, y'all. I wanted to make an update real quick now that we have the new Photon Lore card, and Call by the Grave makes the deck a little bit more relevant, because you're allowed to push through hand traps if you draw into them. Sorry for the length, y'all. I just really like to talk about this deck. It's one of the decks that I practice with a lot, and I'm always toying with. But let me know what you think down in the comment section below. Let me know if you think I should be making any changes. I know I didn't play Summon Sorceress in this, but I really don't think it's necessary, because Needle Fiber isn't here yet, and pretty sure we're going to be getting Needle Fiber since we got that Magician reprint, Wonder Magician reprint. Anyways, off the soapbox. Let me know what you think down in the comment section below, and this is Alex from +3 TCG. Signing out, y'all.